Hey everybody, Roger here. Hope you guys are all having an awesome day. I want to talk to you guys today about this thing that's kind of gotten out of hand with Carlos Maza trying to, basically in a nutshell, deplatform Steven Crowder. He wants YouTube to take action against Steven Crowder, not just demonetize him, not just put him in a timeout or anything. He wants him deplatformed because of his fifis. He basically said, he's basically all over Twitter, everything on Twitter for the last couple of days to begin Pride Month. Again, this is perfectly timed. Everything that he's tweeted about has been to at Team YouTube in regards to saying, hey, I've been called, homophobic slurs and racial slurs apparently with his minority status, and I believe he is a anchor baby. I am not sure, and yeah, you can get pissed at me for how I define that reason or that statement there, but that's what I know it as. But anyways, yeah, he's basically getting upset that Steven Crowder is still on the platform and YouTube has decided to keep him on there. So what I want to say is this, the aftermath of what I'm seeing here, there's a lot of things happening. I mean, I'm not going to touch on the bigger items. You can go to bigger YouTube stars for that one. I'm going to be touching on, because this obviously has ramifications for a lot of content creators out there. A lot of people are getting demonetized. A lot of people are getting their channels censored. That outreach, the issue is has a lot to do with YouTube's updated terms of service that has been in the works for the last couple of months that they just conveniently decided to roll out with Carlos making this claim here. They want to cater more to mainstream media as preferred outlets on YouTube for suggested content, among other things. But what I'm going to touch on is this. I thought we, as gay people, we're supposed to be looked at as strong, independent people. I thought we, as gay people, have moved past and traversed over the obstacle of oppression, the obstacle of being looked at as inferior, of second-class citizens. We are equals at this point in time. We have nothing more in America, almost nearly nothing more to fight for in regards to having equal equality with all Americans. I mean, we basically do have equal rights under just as equal as our straight citizens are as well. We have equal rights. We don't need special privileges. We don't need to be labeled as a special protected class. Protected. You know what that stands for? That means you're weak. That means that you have that you need the support of an authority figure to assist you. I don't need none of that. I don't need none of that. I want to do things on my own as a gay man. Again, I'm just a man. I would prefer to just be called a man, but for the sake of understanding where I'm coming from, I have to say these things. As I'm what Carlos is, basically. I think he one-ups me with the fact that he might be an anchor baby. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong on that, but I am a Hispanic gay man, just like him. But regardless of how many cards he has, that's irrelevant to the fact that we all have equal rights here. Now, again, if you're an anchor baby, you probably don't. but overall, where I'm going with this item is this. We're not weak. We don't need these special handouts. We don't need these special rights. We could take a joke. Why can't we go back to the 80s when everything was able to be joked about, when we used to be able to say all these words? I mean, look, you guys, I got in a little spat today on Twitter with this one guy who said that saying the N-word automatically assumes that you're racist. No, it doesn't. No, you have to go into context. Look at Bill Maher. He said it, and he's still out there. I mean, you have all these people who have said the N-word. You have all these people who have said wetback. You have all these people who have said FAG. And again, if you guys don't understand Steven Crowder's joke in his shirt, then you don't know much about history. So that's all I'm going to leave it as. You can look at my tweets to see what I was talking about, or you can actually go and try to find out for yourselves. But for those that do know, congratulations. We are part of this group that actually does our research before we just have this faux outrage like every other fag out there currently is. Yes, I'm saying that to my fellow faggots out there. Stop being weak. Stop being weak. My God, why do you want authority figures to police people because of your feelings? No. You know what, Carlos? All your Vox videos have been debunked by Crowder. They could be debunked by anybody. You say you put 4+ weeks into each of those videos. I don't see what the value is in that. If he's able to come and tear apart your pieces limb by limb by limb, all at the same time while having fun, poking fun at you, in general, you are a public figure. You are subject to scrutiny. I mean, just look at what Bette Midler just said recently. She thinks that it would be a good idea if one of her Trump's advisors could shiv him, and then she said, "Oh, I mean shove." I mean, come on. You know what? That's bad, but you know what? Let's allow it. It's normal. It's normal. If she wants to be batshit crazy like that, let her. That's her humor. But the humor isn't being able to be extended to the right. You guys just want it one way or the other, or no way at all. It's crazy. But yeah, you know, when he's able to debunk all your arguments, you know that you're being looked at as a humiliating person. Vox, this is my assumption, Vox probably looked at all of this and like, oh my God, why do we hold this guy, you know, on our team? You know, we've already cut a lot of employees from being full-time, where they were fighting for the benefits. Nobody put a gun to your guys' head to accept these contracts with Vox, and yet now you guys want all of these changes. You said you've been working with them for the last year plus to try to rearrange your salary requirements and whatever. Nobody told you to get the job, just like nobody tells the teachers to get their jobs at the salaries that they agreed to. I agreed to my position. I agreed to the salary I got. I agreed to the benefits that I got with my field. I don't blame anybody else but me for the fact that I am where I'm at this point in time. And yeah, that is that. You know, don't blame others. Don't put the pressure on others. And yeah, so I think that you felt threatened that your job may have been at jeopardy. So you decided, you know, it's perfect timing for the Gay Pride Month for you to come out with this statement saying, for the last 2 years, Steven Crowder has been harassing me. Okay, no, you're saying this because your videos are shit. They're shit. You don't do your research. Everybody else is able to debunk them, and you use the gay card as the gay and the minority card as a backup. And now everybody, all the outrage mob, the fake outrage mob, is on your side right now, defending you. Let me ask you this. For all those who say, oh no, you shouldn't be able to call anybody fag or this or that, or say that somebody has a lisp. You shouldn't say all these generalities. You shouldn't also even twist the word figs with a double meaning, with a joke interpretation in front of it. You shouldn't be able to have that shirt, right? So if this is the case, you know, what about all those fuck Trump shirts? You know, what about all these, are we gonna have, with the fuck Trump with the asterisk in it, or the flag in it? You know, are we going to start having all these policing on jokes? No, we shouldn't. You're killing the internet, Carlos. You are to blame for a lot of this shit. And you're also you're taking away people's paychecks in the process. You know, there's some people who are getting demonetized right now because of your actions, because you got called names. I'm sorry, man. As a gay man who used to get picked on and made fun of all his life, well, not all his life, half of my life, you know, up until I was in my late teens, I used to get made fun of all the time. I got over it. I used to get beat up. I used to get all the shit thrown at me all the time. Guess what? I still think it's okay for people to say those words, especially in a joking manner. Here's the funny thing. The reason why I allow this, it's not even what I allow, but the reason why I approve of this, God, it's not even that either. The reason why this is protected, you know, free speech, including hate speech, is protected, which I don't understand how the word hate speech is actually a phrase, is because when you start siding with one side, and you start saying that this class over here is protected, like we're gonna, you know, as far as like speech or action or whatever, you start adding to that. Oh, well, if homosexuals can be protected, then why not this class of people, or that class of people, or that class of people? Then it starts becoming this mountain of like who you can and can't say things about. It's a constant police state here, and what is it all based off of? It sounds like to me it's basing off of the white man. You know, you guys basically want to just push the white man out of the way. That's what it's all coming down to. It's sad, it's ridiculous. And so I'm on YouTube right now defending Crowder. Crowder, I don't watch you all that much. I do subscribe to you, but you know, sometimes I like your content, sometimes it's just like whatever. But I will defend your right to say the jokes that you want. I think it's ridiculous that gays are okay with the fact that they consider themselves weak. You know, I think it's sick. I think it's sad. It's against progress. It goes against progress. So yeah, one last example I want to give you is this. Again, context matters. Somebody who told me on Twitter today said, hey, no, whenever anybody says the N-word, it is 100% considered fucking racist. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's the way that it's used. If somebody says it in general, no, it's not racist. It doesn't automatically trigger something into your brain and say, oh my God, I just said it. I am now officially a racist. Ah! It doesn't do that. It doesn't work that way. There's more to it than that. And then let's compare that with action. If somebody bumps into you in a crowded street, are they pushing you? Are there too many people around you that eventually you're going to get pushed? Or is it assault? Or is it one of any other fucking reasons that are possible? You can't automatically assume assault. You cannot automatically assume the worst in any people. You have to look at the context. In the case of being pushed around and stuff, you have to look at the situation and the context. In the case of calling somebody a fag, in case of calling somebody saying that they have a lispy voice, in case of all these things, you have to look at the context. It's not just cut and dry. At Team YouTube, you are totally royally fucking up right now. You are royally screwing up at this point in time. How are you going to defend your TOS, your ever-changing TOS? It's ridiculous. Again, it extends beyond this. There is a bigger problem with content creators overall, but I wanted to give you guys my opinion on how I look at Carlos Maza playing the victim and making gay people seem weaker in this day and age than what they really are. You, my friend, might take it serious. You, my friend, might find it racist, homophobic for Steven Crowder to say that you're an anchor baby or a gay Mexican or whatever you want to say that he called you. I don't even know all the definitions that you're accusing him of. And yes, I've seen them and they're funny, that he has said. But I don't think you're sincere about it. I think this is a card that you're playing. You're not offended. You're a rich guy making buco bucks with Vox. But I do feel you probably have gotten... you were either told to do this, and you're continuing to be told to do this by Vox and their representatives, or you were afraid and you decided to put this out there before you lost your job, just like a lot of other people. Again, Vox has a lot of part-time journalists now, or contract or something. I don't know. It's not full-time, though. They're either losing money and they're desperate and they want to get attention. I think they were bought out by some bigger corp for like 200 million or something like that. Anyways, again, that's all I wanted to say was, no, not all of us gay people are standing with this little wuss, this lispy wuss, Carlos Maza. This gay guy doesn't. I believe in the equality of all. I don't believe in special privilege. I have just as much equal rights as the next straight person or gay person or trans person or black, white, Mexican, whatever person out there, American citizen. I have just as many equal rights as they do. That sounded like the dumbest sentence in the world, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, what are you guys' thoughts about Carlos Maza, the enemy of the people at this point in time? Like, hate, subscribe, unsubscribe, share, don't share. I do love it all. Peace out.